Our chapter members are leaders in many student organizations, and we serve our school and community. It is my pleasure to introduce to you Mr. Karuba.
Thank you, Evan. Appreciate the introduction. Good afternoon, everyone. Thank you for coming out on such a beautiful Thursday afternoon here in Belvidere. At least it's not snowing. As we begin, the first thing I'd like to do tonight, this afternoon, is just to thank Mrs. Kane. She is behind the scenes here. She does an awesome job with the National Junior Honor Society, and I do appreciate everything that you do, Mrs. Kane. So she just popped her head out. I'd like to thank Mayor Joe Kennedy for coming out again this afternoon. Mayor Kennedy has been a huge supporter of our National Junior Honor Society inductions over the years. We appreciate seeing him, and thanks for coming again, Joe. I do appreciate you being here. First and foremost, I'd love to thank the parents for being here. Parents, we know today it's not an easy job being a parent, especially when we get to the middle school age. It's never an easy thing, and I can say that because my youngest is finally almost through with middle school. But it's not an easy job, and your dedication to your children and to helping them get to sporting events, school, play practice, all of the great things that they do, it's really with your help that they get where they are today. So kids, why don't you give your parents a round of applause? Very good. I'd also like to thank our Belvidere Elementary School staff for all that they do, the teachers, our aides, everyone. This is not a job for one person. This is a job for many to make sure that we have great students representing us each and every day here in Belvidere. And I thank you for the dedication you've given to our students today, yesterday, throughout the years. You guys are an outstanding staff, and I'm proud to be a colleague. Finally, Mr. Karabinas, for allowing me to speak today. Mr. Karabinas turns over the microphone once a year, and today's the day, so I thank you for that, Mr. Karabinas. Students, I just want to take a moment to just review the 5 pillars and what they mean. Service, character, citizenship, leadership, and scholarship. Being in the National Junior Honor Society isn't just one part of that. It's not just academics like many people think. Yes, in the classroom you guys are outstanding, but there's more to who you are, and that's what we're here to appreciate today. Service, many of you have done community service, have done great things. Character, you represent yourself, your families, the school well in everything that you do. Citizenship, being good, just being good people. Leadership, you're probably leaders in the classroom, you're leaders in your sporting events, you're leaders in the theater, all of those great things. And then finally, scholarship. As you get older and you move on to high school, whether it's next year or 2 years from now, always keep those 5 pillars at heart. I'm hoping that in 2 to 3 years we'll be inducting you into the National Honor Society, and I'm betting, looking at the crew, that most of you will be there. As some of us get a little bit older in the room, like myself, we look back at what it meant to be an 8th grader, 7th grader. Sometimes I think it's hard to actually put myself back in those days. And I wish that I had put in a little bit more time with the 5 pillars. Yes, I was a good academic student, but at times I wasn't some of the other things that are there. You guys have opportunities in front of you, and I think that you've taken advantage of the most of them right now. But always keep yourself on the forefront. Always challenge yourself. I encourage you to continue that high academic level that you've put together. On a side note, last week I was visiting some colleges, and it's amazing how many colleges really look at your service, what you do in the community. So for those great things that you do, and it could be something as simple as helping out at church on a Sunday, it could be setting up that lemonade stand to raise a few dollars for a local charity, continue to do those great things. So I want to say congratulations on behalf of the Board of Education, myself, Mr. Karabinas, and the staff here at Belvidere Elementary. We are very proud of you and your accomplishments, and we thank you for what you've meant to our community. Thank you.
It is at this time that we proclaim to all attendants that membership in the Belvidere chapter of the National Junior Honor Society has been earned by these candidates through the effective demonstration of the 4 qualities that serve as standards of the society. Members of the chapter will now review these qualities. We begin with scholarship.
light the candle of scholarship. Scholarship denotes a commitment to learning. A student is willing to spend extra time on his or her studies, knowing that the lasting benefit of a cultivated mind is very important. We should continue the quest for knowledge and realize that it is one of the greatest elements of life. Through diligence and effort, learning furnishes the lamp by which we read the past, the torch guiding us to understand the present, the light that illuminates the future. Candidates have the charge to continually expand their world through opportunities inherent in scholarship.
I lit the candle of service. Service can be established in the routine of the day's work where many opportunities arise to help others both at school and in the community. A willingness to work for the benefit of those is the quality we seek in our membership and promote for the entire student body. We are committed to volunteering our time and talents to the creation of a better tomorrow without monetary compensation or public recognition.
I light the candle of leadership. The real leader strives to train and aid others to reach their common goals of success. The price of leadership is sacrifice, the willingness to yield one's personal interest for the interest of others. A leader has self-confidence and will go forward when others will not. Leadership should exert a wholesome influence on the school, in taking initiative in the classroom and in school hesitant. No matter what power and resource may exist in school, community, or nation, they are ineffective without the guidance of a wise leader. Leadership is always needed. Thus, to lead is a meaningful and substantive charge to each of our members.
I light the candle of character. Character is a force within the individual that distinguishes each person from one another. Character is achieved and not received. It is a product of constant thought and action. We must be in reality what we wish to appear to others to be rather than to seem. By demonstrating such qualities as respect, responsibility, trustworthiness, fairness, caring, and citizenship, we have to prove by example with character.
We light the candle of citizenship. It represents citizenship, the obligation each of our members of our society faces to live up to the democratic ideals given to us by the founders of our country. The responsibilities each of us has to our home community, our state, our nation, and our world are many.
As good citizens, we are bound to live up to the laws and guidelines which unite us as a civilized society. We, the members of this chapter, are called to live up to the high standards of citizenship from this day forward.
At this time, will all of the new inductees please stand, raise your right hand, and repeat the pledge. I pledge to uphold the high purposes of the National Junior Honor Society, to which I have been selected. I will be true to the principles for which it stands. I will be loyal to my school and maintain and encourage the high standards of scholarship, leadership, service, citizenship, and character. You may be seated.
We are honored to have 3 National Honor Society members who are Belvidere Elementary alumni here with us to give the members some words of advice. The first is Kevin Dolan. I was an Oxford Street School alumni, and I'm honored to have been invited to speak in front of you all today. During my time here, I was never inducted into the NJHS like all of you up here on stage. Let's be clear, I was invited to apply, I was just too afraid to do so. I didn't think I was good enough to be accepted, and it was that fear of failure that prevented me from even applying. Throughout high school, I've learned many things, but most important is that nothing in life is worthwhile unless you take risks. Nelson Mandela once said, "There is no passion to be found in playing small, in settling for a life that's less than the one you're capable of living." I find that to be such a profound statement. Without ever trying, you'll never be able to finish any goal you set for yourself in life. It doesn't matter if you want to be a doctor, lawyer, actor, athlete, teacher, or some other career, because there's one consistent thing you need in order to succeed at any of them. You need to be willing to take chances, and you can't be afraid to fail. You know, there's an old IQ test that had 9 dots, and you had to draw 5 lines to connect all these dots without lifting the pencil. Do you know how it was solved? The only way to do it was to go outside the box. Now, what does this teach you? Don't be afraid to think outside the box. Don't be afraid to pursue the dreams you're passionate about, and most of all, don't be afraid to fail. Reggie Jackson, a famous baseball player, struck out 2,600 times during his career. That was the most in the history of baseball. But you didn't hear about the strikeouts. You heard about the home runs. Thomas Edison conducted 1,000 failed experiments. Did you know that? I didn't know that. He endured through all those failures because the 1,001st experiment was the light bulb. Always remember that every strikeout, every failed experiment is just one step closer to success. Now, I'm sure all of you have had people tell you to take risks before, but I want to talk to you about why it's so important. In high school, I've become a risk taker that I've been talking about right now, and I've never regretted it. I've never regretted anything. I joined choir never having sung before, and didn't know if I would be humiliated or not. I performed in 7 concerts at dozens of events around the community, the Empire State Building, and Carnegie Hall in New York City. I joined track and cross country as a chubby, out-of-shape kid who had never played a sport in his life. I've gotten multiple varsity letters and am in better shape than I ever could have dreamed. I befriended the kid who sat at the back of the class and didn't talk to anyone freshman year, not knowing whether or not we'd be made fun of. He's still my best friend, an accomplished pilot, the valedictorian, and one of the most popular kids in the school. He's changed my life, my view of the world, and he's taught me things I never would have known otherwise. I started a conversation with this shy, socially awkward girl sitting next to me one day, and because of that conversation, I was able to ask out the girl of my dreams soon after. She's shown me parts of myself that I never knew existed, and, like my best friend, helped me become the man I am today. I've been a part of many clubs offered at Belvidere High School, was recently accepted into my #1 college with a scholarship, and have become more accomplished than I ever knew I could in a small school like ours. Even though I've had to endure hundreds of failures, both little and big, the successes I've had were well worth it. Denzel Washington once said in a speech just like this one, "In order to get something you've never had, you have to do something you never did." So go out there, learn new things, be a leader, serve your community, and most of all, take risks with the things you're passionate about. It's these risks, these experiences that will build your character and make you live a happy life as the best version of yourself that you can possibly be. Thank you.
We are pleased to welcome Kira Gately to the podium to address the new National Junior Honor Society inductees.
There are no elevator to success. You have to take the stairs. Because you are all on this stage today means that you understand the importance of this statement. You have all felt the stress from your schoolwork, extracurriculars, and community service, yet you have made the decision to stay on this path. And I bet it has not been easy, but I guarantee you all that it will be worth it. The road to success isn't a nicely paved highway that you can travel at your own pace. If it was, then it wouldn't be worth the ride. You all have learned to navigate this road because of each of your desires to be your best. This road, though, doesn't just stop here because you are accepted into the National Junior Honor Society. It is just beginning. The road will get harder, and there will be many times that you will fail. But I can assure you that the success in the end will be that much sweeter when you get there because you will have worked hard for it. From your failures, you must grow stronger and know that there are no shortcuts to any place worth going. So as you continue down your own roads, make sure to always work hard, stay humble, know that you can do it, be willing to put the work in, and most importantly, enjoy it every step of the way. Congratulations to all the members of the National Junior Honor Society, and I wish you all the best of luck as you continue to travel down your own roads to success. Thank you.
Morgan Lipshansky was in the first chapter of the National Junior Honor Society, and we are so happy that she's agreed to speak.
Good afternoon. My name is Morgan Lapshansky, and I am currently serving as Vice President of Belvidere High School's chapter of National Honor Society. I would like to start off by congratulating those who are being inducted today, as it is a great honor and reflection of your hard work in and outside of the classroom. I am honored to have been asked to speak in front of you all today. Today is a celebration among the inductees and their parents. This ceremony serves as a formal acknowledgement of your achievements in citizenship, scholarship, leadership, service, and character. These 5 pillars have been prominent in defining who you are as a person, as they have done the same for me throughout my high school career. To those of you being inducted into this prestigious society, set goals. Do not settle for less and continue to work hard. It will pay off in the near future. Do not remain satisfied. Only by setting difficult goals and achieving them can we find our true self-worth. In conclusion, I want to once again congratulate you all on this prestigious honor. You truly are the best at Belvidere Elementary School. This is only the beginning. From here, the only way is up. As Winston Churchill once said, success is not final, failure is not fatal, it is the courage to continue that counts. Thank you.
Thank you. And now, as your name is called, please come up and receive your pin. Mr. Karuba and Mr. Karabinas, will you do the honors of presenting the pins to the new inductees?
Andrew Durr. Andrew Duckworth. Jack Zimgrotsky. Katie Duryea. Sydney Johnson. Violet Anglem. Madeline Durr. Madison Danker. Isamar Natal. Brielle Snyder. Congratulations to the NJHS 2020 induction class. Congratulations.
Thank you to Kevin, Kira, and Morgan for your words of wisdom. Also, thank you to Kevin Dolan for the music. We would also like to thank the administration, the Board of Education, and the Faculty Council for their hard work in organizing this induction ceremony. Please join me in thanking them with a round of applause.
Thank you for attending our National Junior Honor Society induction ceremony.
Special thank you to Hope and Ashley for handing out our programs and Mrs. Koch for providing the refreshments.
Invited guests, please join us in the Media Center for some refreshments.